Hi there guys, it's the Arty Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yes, maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Right then guys, now you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, join me. Well, it's actually empty. I've already been naughty and already had mine. But anyway, guys, yes, if you're new here today and you are into gaming retrospectives, complete unbox experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you can handle the Arty Gamers mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell held up by Tails there. Well, we are going to be continuing our 600 subscriber art piece giveaway today. Yes, if you didn't see the video that I posted yesterday, we were drawing our lovely gnome that is featured in the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets PlayStation 2 game. Let's just bring it up to the camera here. Now, I have already gone away and coloured a little bit today just to get us into preparation because it is quite a heavy colour, I do say. So yes, I am going to take you through a bit of a step-by-step process on how to colour our lovely gnome today. Of course, I'll take you through all the stuff that I've done so far when we hit the art studio. But yes, guys, if you are following along with me today, then this is what you need in terms of your colours. So let's start off with our pencils because, you know, I think I do get some people that do enjoy following along with me, So yeah, here we go. So I do recommend maybe some like orangey colours, maybe some peachy stuff as well, some deep dark browns. I think they will come into play a little bit and they'll become quite handy. And yeah, maybe a lighter brown as well. And in fact, the lighter brown is pretty much what is worked throughout the whole of the gnome's body there. So yeah, I am really happy with how that has come out so far. Like I said yesterday, yeah, this isn't complete and I won't be launching the giveaway until it is fully completed because yes, I will be adding a toadstool that a lovely fan of the channel, Vivi, has gifted me. I need to go ahead and print it out and cut it to size. And yeah, the gnome will then be sitting on that toadstool there, ready for the 600 subscriber art piece giveaway. Yes. There's other things I do want to add as well. I did go away and do a little sticker in the shape of a wizard card. And yes, I'll be cutting that out and I'll just be placing it maybe towards the right or left-hand side of the piece. Yeah, to prove that it was a 600 subscriber giveaway. Yeah. So yeah, that is that. I am very excited to get going with our Let's Colour today because yes, if you are new here today, we do have a few new subscribers. Every weekend, just our weekend videos, we start drawing on the Saturday and then we colour our art piece on the Sunday. Yeah, so yeah, if you're into art and graphic design, then definitely tune into our weekend videos. Hey, but right then, before we head up over there, I do have a little bit of a pickup to show you guys. We love it when we have a bit of a pickup. So yes.
Let me just move my colouring pencils. Oh my god.
2 seconds. Here it is. So yeah, I am a massive fan of DA Gaming. We first got in contact on TikTok. I really enjoyed his just chill, relaxed gaming over there. And yeah, we just kind of became TikTok friends and he actually now has a vintage store. So he got in touch with me saying, look, I've got a vintage store out now. If you see anything that tickles your fancy, let me know. And yes, absolutely. I did go away and have a look at his store and a fantastic store at that. Fantastic store at that. So definitely go and check it out if you haven't already. I will leave links in the description below if you're into kind of like retro gaming pickups. And yes, I actually bought, here we go. Let's grand reveal. Monsters Inc. on the PlayStation 2. Wow, I have actually already done a little bit of a nostalgic talk in one of my, I think it was my TikTok highlights. Yeah, so I will obviously be recapping that. And of course, I will be doing a complete unbox experience of this game on the channel. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Who remembers this game? Did anyone play it when they were younger? Yeah, let's just have a quick look, let's just have a quick look inside. Is everything in order, DA? And oh, yes, it is. So a lovely manual there and disc. Looks basically brand new. I am really happy with this collection here. Wow. Oh, wow. But not only that, guys. Wow. He actually kindly gifted me a game as well. Can you believe? Wow. Again, like, people don't have to gift me at all, but thank you so much to those that do. It really does mean the world. And yeah, included in this package, I did get another little something else. And so yeah, let's grand reveal this. So and yeah, we actually got Finding Nemo as well. So brilliant. Let's just take a look inside this one as well. Come on, let's just give the artsy game a pop. You know how it works. And oh yeah, he knows me too well. Lovely disc and manual, so a fully complete copy there. Are they in black and white or full? Oh wow, full color here. Can't wait to do a complete unbox of this. Let's just see if the Monsters Inc. manual was in colour there. Let's have a look. Oh no, that one is in black and white. But having said that, lovely big screenshots and all of that. So there is a lot of artwork to deep dive into. So that's really cool. But yeah, there we go. I got one and then got one free. So fantastic. A massive thank you, DA, for doing that. And I can't wait to do my complete unboxed experiences of this coming up soon on the channel. Yeah. Right then, guys, well, enough of that waffling. Let's go and set up in the art studio where we can continue our Let's Colour today. All right then, guys, so here we are set up in the art studio, ready to colour in our gnome. Now, I did get a little bit too excited with our gift from DA, and I forgot to mention what tips we may need to help us do this. So in terms of our thicker tips, I do recommend getting maybe an orange and a brown, and this is what I mean by a bit of a thicker tip there. All right, and then moving on to our thinner tips, potentially a yellow and an orange as well, and this is what I mean by a bit of a thinner tip here, just to go around, I would say, the outskirts of our model here today. But yeah, that is what you need if you are following along with me. Again, if we don't go ahead and use all of them, it's fine. It's just kind of like colours that I recommend that may help us out. But I'll pop those down to one side to start with because we are going to be doing our pencil work first. All right then, so as you can see, I've already gone away and done a little bit just to speed up time, Blue Peter style. And I can explain what I've done here, and then of course I can demonstrate just in other areas of the gnome. So to start off with, there's a lot of kind of, I would say, quirky shading that I've done here today to give it that PlayStation 2 look. So what I've done is I've just created some basic shapes. There's no real exactly technique to it in terms of creating that shape. It's just where you think there might be darker areas, shadowing where the light source may be. So I always like to imagine the light source is just up to the right hand side of my character, and then the light just kind of, flies straight over there in a slight angle, and then that's where I can really then gauge where those darker shades are going to be and where the lighter areas are going to be on my character model. And what I do then is I just start to draw out some wibbly wobbly shapes, and then I press really, really hard into that paper as I start to colour within the line that I've made. So I'll just do an example. I'll start off with his little arm here. So I think that there will still be a bit of a shadow cascading just over his arm there because his head is quite big. So I'm just going to now create a bit of a shape that just kind of runs down the side of his arm there, and then maybe just onto the top of his hand. Okay, so again, it's just a big wibbly wobbly shape there. I think there's going to be a lot of light source on the front part of his arm, and then a lot of darker area towards the back. It doesn't actually have to be, technically precise. Absolutely not. But, it just gives a vague idea of where those shadows are going to be casting. So once I've done that, that is when I'm going to get the same pencil color and I'm going to press really, really hard, okay, into that shape that we've just made. All right, so pressing really, really hard. There we go, yeah. And I'm just doing that all the way down his arm there. And yeah, this is where you really need to be hitting the gym to get it really deep and dark. Okay, lovely. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. His thumb is probably going to be quite dark as well because his hand is overlapping it slightly. So let's just colour in his thumb nice and deep and dark as well. There we go, nice. Okay then. I'm yet to do any shadowing on his leg, so let's move there now just so I can give you an example. So I do believe that light source is going to be probably directed right towards his knees there, so his knees need to be kept quite light. But up around his tummy area, where his tummy is going to be protruding over his leg slightly, that needs to be quite dark, and some areas around his feet there as well, where his leg might be just be overlapping slightly, where light can't really get to. So again, maybe around his foot area, that might be a little bit darker as well. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my same pencil color and I'm just going to start to create some basic shapes where I think like a dark patch would be visible. Yeah, so probably around there like that. Okay, so it is just a wibbly wobbly line, and this is the shape and the area now that I'm going to be, making really shadowy and dark by pressing really hard into the paper. So here I go, pressing really, really hard. All right. Oh, yes. I might even make it come out just a little bit more there. There we go, and pressing really hard down the bottom here. Nice. Okay, yeah. In fact, his knee might just come out a little bit there as well. And same kind of effect around his feet. So his top part of his feet are going to be quite light, aren't they? If the light source is just to the left-hand side here. So I think it will just scoot around here and down there like that. And again, that's the shape that I've made. The area now that I'm going to just colour in nice, deep and dark. Oh, wow, there we go. Spot on. And then, of course, once it's all coloured in, you can really then, run that pencil over everything else just to make sure it is fully, fully dark. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. All right then, so I've already gone away and drawn, okay, some other areas on his head here where I think, light isn't really going to make an appearance. So look at this, he's got a big shape around past his chin here. So that's what we're going to colour in next. Again, using that same technique, pressing really hard into the pencil here. Or paper, shall I say. But you are pressing quite hard into the pencil as well, actually. So you are doing a bit of both. You're really pressing hard with the pencil into that paper, to really make a vivid, vivid colour here. Now, obviously, this one will take a little bit longer because it is a larger surface area that we're colouring in now. But seems to be going okay so far. Yeah, this gnome is really coming to life, isn't it? And who remembers denoming on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets maybe for the first time? I certainly remember. What a nostalgic shot that is when you think about that. Yeah, really, really good little mission that. Really fun and really does set the tone for the rest of the game ahead, doesn't it? Yeah, really, really fun little mission. All right then, so that is pretty much coloured in now, and then once it's done, just run and maybe do some circular motions as well around everything to ensure every little bit is coloured in nice and neatly. There we go, lovely, look at that, spectacular. All right then, yeah, okay, perfect. And again, I have got some other areas that I've already gone away and just made some wibbly wobbly lines where I think, light isn't really going to, come through. So definitely around past his lip there, I think. In down past his nose. His nose is quite a big area, isn't it? So just scoop that in there, I think, be quite nice. And applying that same technique, really deep and dark. I'm sure you guys can easily follow along with this. There we go, nice. Also round past his nose a little bit. So just make a bit of a shape here. And again, press really, really hard. This is really coming together, isn't it? There we go, nice. Maybe just pull it up a little bit more up there. Maybe bring it in a little bit as well towards the top part of his nose. Okay, yeah, lovely. And then, yeah, really kind of like last bit is kind of like at the top of his head. So I do think that it's just shining at the top there, but then as it just kind of comes right back, that's when, it might be missing a little bit. Actually, I might feed this one in a little bit, actually. I might kind of, cup and become one big kind of shape here, I think might work quite nicely. Yeah, okay. And it's really great because you can get creative with it as well. Like as you start to color, you might want to change up that shape a little bit. And I'm often doing that actually, just so it fits within other parts that you've just shaded. So yeah, don't always feel as if, the shape that you've just drawn is, its final position, you might need to just change it up a little bit to make it flow a little bit better. And okay, there we go. So I'm pretty happy with all of our shaded areas there. That looks really nice. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same pencil color and I'm just going to now color all over the white areas that has been left out. Very similar to what I've done again using the example leg here. So I've done that base color with the deep dark pencil, and now I just ran my pencil over the whiter areas, not pressing as hard, and it's given a bit of a lighter effect along the leg there. Once we've done that, that's when we can then start to add that felt tip, where then it gives that 3-tone effect. So if you can just see there, we've got a really deep dark orange, then it was that lovely deep dark colors that we worked with the pencil that we've just done, and then the lovely kind of like lighter area which I'm about to do now, and then that creates a really awesome effect, doesn't it? It really does give it like animated look, which is what I love. So again, here we go. Now I'm just going to run that pencil quite lightly actually, over all the white areas of the gnome here. Okay, and it really doesn't matter, if we're running over other things or, it's just a nice basic soft layer of color to eventually give you that 3-tone effect, which is what we are trying to achieve with this piece here. All right then, so I think what I'll do is I'll do the tummy, the arm, the leg, and then I'll cut the camera for the head because you'll definitely have a bit of an understanding of what we're doing with that because we are just simply colouring in now. Okay, so yeah, just over the arm there. Beautiful. Okay, just down past the hand now. Ooh, there we go. Lovely, and then now we're just going to work our way to that leg there. Again, just pressing very lightly with that pencil. Perfect. Okay, and then just this little foot. All right, okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm just going to quickly cut the camera, just do his head, and then we'll set back to it. Right then, so yes, here we are, and the gnome has been fully coloured in now. by just running that same pencil colour over the white areas to complete the full colour. Look at that, nice. Right then, so there are some other little bits and bobs that I would like to add. I would love to now go and colour in the rest of the boils that I called them yesterday. And again, I'll just take you through a little bit of a technique on how to do that because there is, again, just a few little extra colours in there as well. So let's start off with this big one here. Now I've got a bit of a darker brown now, and I'm actually just going to press quite hard just around the top part of the boil there, and then just cup it all the way around here. But I'm just kind of leaving like a white kind of, circle just in the middle, and that is going to be another colour. And then you're just going to feed right into the centre, gently lifting your pencil off. And look, already you can kind of see that there's definitely going to be two colours involved with this. Maybe the darker one can just be a deep dark brown there, so we can just colour that in nice and deep. Maybe all the small ones, just get them nice and brown, why not? But there is a bigger one here, so let's kind of apply that same technique. So you're just going to press quite hard around, okay, I would say the circumference of that circle there. And then as you gradually drift the pencil into the middle using a circular motion, you just lightly lift off the pencil there. And you get like that kind of, again, a bit of a two-tone effect there. Once we've done that, you're going to get your pencil colour. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same colour brown, but I would say a very similar colour. But for me, the same colour is going to work fine. And then, you're just actually then going to go and colour in, the rest there. So it really does give it like a two-colour look there to these horrible boils that is, featured on the gnomes. All right, perfect. Look at that. Very happy with those
boils.
Other little things that I might do now, because I did suggest maybe a few lighter colours to come into play here, and I do have like a orangey pinky colour. It's not quite peach, and I wouldn't say it's quite pink. It's like, an orangey peachy colour. So what I was thinking was just maybe where there are some areas what I do think could be really, really highlighted, we'll just run maybe like a little pink over it, or a peachy pink. So maybe around past his chin area could do with maybe just a little bit of an orangey pinky flare. There we go. Oh, nice. Okay, just to give it a bit of character, I would say, actually, at this stage, just where there might be a little bit more colour to him. And then, of course, maybe around past his nose as well. Yeah, maybe a bit of an orangey, pinky nose. You can. It's only subtle, but, that's all it needs to be, really. It's just that little extra detail. Oh, that's great. Maybe around the eye as well. Yeah, just around the eye. And maybe actually around his cheek area, potentially. Bit of a rosy cheek, potentially. Why not? Oh, brilliant. Yeah, okay. And then maybe around past his knobbly knees, give him maybe a pink knobbly knee. Yeah, I think his knees need a little bit of a pinky colour, don't they? Yeah, just kind of like standout areas where, you think could have maybe just a bit more of a peachy colour. I'm not quite sure of the colour. It's like a peachy, pinky orange.
I'm not quite sure of the colour. It's like a peachy, pinky orange.
There we go. And maybe on his hand as well. Yeah, it's only subtle, but I think it comes up quite nicely, actually. Right then, okay, I think we're going to move on to our tips now. So, you know what? I think we're going to deep dive straight into our thicker tips to begin with. Now, again, just looking at the example leg here, I've just run my thicker tip Again, just along those deeper, darker shadows that I made with the pencil. You are not completely covering the whole deep dark color that we made with the pencil. You're just catching it, I would say, halfway between the black line and the main color that we did with the pencil. That's the only kind of realistic way I can describe that to you guys. Sometimes as you are doing some of these kind of like, I would say, shadows with the felt tip, you know, you might need to come a little bit closer than halfway potentially. It really does depend on the situation and the style of wobble and scribble that you've made by making the shadows. But 9 times out of 10, it kind of just needs to feed halfway. Okay. Right then, so you know what a great example would be to start with is I think this big shape here that we made at the chin. It's really big and I think it will give you a really good understanding of how I do that 3-tone effect. So again, just to recap, we've done the big, deep, dark color with the pencil crayon. We then went over it with a lighter, well, it was the same pencil, but it was just a lighter kind of press on the paper to create a lighter color. All right. And then that kind of gave us our secondary color there. All right, or shade. And then now I'm going to work that felt tip in to create that third look. Okay. So again, I'm just going to now get my pencil. I say pencil, felt tip, sorry. And then about halfway, I'm just going to now, just create the same kind of shape with the felt tip. You see what I've done there? And then of course, I'm now just going to colour it in. There we go, nice. Be very careful. Yeah, I think this is quite a good example actually of how I pull that 3-tone look off. Yeah, there we go, nice. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Very, very happy with that. Again, maybe on his body, and also guys, maybe not necessarily every kind of deep patch that I've done with the pencil color needs a third phase with the felt tip. It's just kind of what you think might work best, you know, just get creative with it. But I do think around his body area could do with that. So again, I'm just kind of cutting it off halfway, and then I might just run it up his leg a little bit and through. Okay, and of course then that's where I'm going to just colour in the rest there with the shape that I've made with the felt tip this time. Hey, there we go, perfect. And yeah, I think around past his arm is definitely screaming that as well. So yeah, let's go. Just, I would say, maybe a bit of an arc. Just kind of feeds round, yeah, under his arm there, lovely. Shape that off there. Hey, there we go. Yeah, perfect. And again, just applying the same technique maybe around his arm now. So just catching it halfway. Yeah. Maybe just run that down there and then just kind of colour the rest in. Yeah, nice. Oh, lovely, lovely, really, really nice. Okay, yeah, I think his other leg needs it as well. So about halfway. And then maybe just around here like that. His foot. Run this up maybe a little bit. And then just colour that in there. Oh, perfect. Yeah, very happy with that. Oh, great. Okay, yeah, let's move it up to the head then. And around his eye, we did create a bit of a darker shape there, didn't we, with the pencil colour? Again, I'm just going to kind of catch it about halfway. Not as big as the shape that we made with the pencil, but, you know, near enough. And then just colour it in there. Hey, there we go, perfect. And again, this lovely big kind of shape here. You know what, let's kind of go from here. Yeah, that's kind of all we need there, I think. Just feed it up here. And it's quite a little bit of a tricky one. Let's just maybe fade this in now. And then just come right back. Head there, yeah, I think that will work quite nicely. There we go, yeah. Oh, great. Oh, perfect. I am super happy with that. Do you think maybe just underneath the lip there? Yeah, maybe. And just catch it halfway. And then, of course, just colour in the rest there. Yeah, there we go. Spot on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I am super happy with that. That is great. Okay, then. So the next bit we need to do, you know what I'm going to say, guys.
For my OG subscribers, they all know what's coming now.
Once you've fully kind of gone away and done your felt tip with the larger felt tip, you're then going to go and get your thinner one, and then you are actually now going to work that thinner tip right directly around all the black lines that you can see, just going around the perimeter of your character model. And that is the last kind of thing that you do with the tips to really make it pop and stand out. You do that with virtually the same kind of color tip that matches the main kind of color that has been worked into your character model. So for this, obviously it is like an orangey brown, so I am going to be using an orange. But of course, if you're, for example, you went to go to town and mixed it completely up and you did like a purple gnome, then of course you would need to do, you know, a purple tip around and also, you know, use a purple felt tip. But yeah. Of course, I will just do a few just to gently guide you, and then I think I'll just pop some background music on so you can just see the rest without me talking. So again, here goes my example. So let's just work it around the body now. I think that's probably the best idea here. So you just get your thinner tip now, okay, and you just work that tip around, meeting directly where that black line meets the colour. Okay, and maybe around past this leg here. Okay, just gives it an extra highlight. And then I'll just show you around his foot here. Okay, just go over the toes. Yeah, all right then. I'm going to apply that exact technique now all the way around my gnome, and then yeah, we'll come back and add a few little extras. Right then, guys, so I do think I want to get that eye socket coloured in a little bit. So I have actually gone away and found quite a lighter brown, a lot lighter to the boils there. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to colour in that in a nice brown, that other little bit there as well. And then I think we'll get our big brown tip, and then we'll just add a little bit more characteristics with the brown tip in that big deep eye socket. And then once we've done that, I want to kind of follow the same kind of technique that we did with the orange tip, and maybe just add a little bit of detail with the to the boils there using that brown tip. So yeah, here we go. Not that this really needs to be explained that much, guys. We are just going to colour this in here. All right. I wouldn't really necessarily go away and press hard here and press hard there. at this stage, I am just happy for it to just kind of be one colour. But of course, guys, you know, you can mix it up as well. If you want to do a little bit of pattern work and shading work that I've just demonstrated in this bit, absolutely go for it. You know, you get creative. I think I might add my shadowing with maybe a pencil, actually, rather than a colour to create some of the shades and shadows in this. But this actually come out more of a yellow look, actually. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, and again, just get that bit there. There we go. Nice. Yeah, it's like a yellowy brown, isn't it? But I'm digging it. And you know what? We could actually use this same colour for his little toes here, couldn't we? Should we colour that in as well, these little toes? What a good little match, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, great. All right then. Yeah, let's get our brown tip now. And yeah, I think we'll just follow, yeah, the outskirts, or shall I say the perimeter of the shape that we've just made. But I might just cut it off ever so slightly, and then, yeah, colour in just a little bit more with brown there, just to the right-hand side of the eye socket. So here we go. I'll show you what I mean. So we're just going to press on here, just work it around, work it around, work it around. All right, and I'm just going to feed it just a little bit about there, and then cut it round. And that's what I mean by just colouring it in here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. There we go. And then up there. That's what I want. Spot on. That's exactly what I want. And then I think we'll just pretty much do the same down here. Yeah, there we go. That's looking great, isn't it? Wow, perfect. And then, yeah, as we have now got this brown felt tip, we will just go and add just a little extra to these boils. I think we will just pretty much just go around each one in a nice brown there. Yeah, that really does make it pop, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. Now, you know what? I do have like a yellow tip here as well. So, yeah, what I was thinking was maybe, yeah, just kind of get a little bit of yellow, maybe just going in some of the areas where, I don't know, another boil could be, but not actually making it that, I don't know, noticeable. So what I was thinking, like, you know, we could do some small circles. Yeah, this is what I'm after. You know, just together. So they're kind of like, you know, marks of boils, but not actually necessarily like, yeah, that pronounced. Just to make it look like there's a little bit more detail on them as well. You know, not everything has to be blacked out with a black liner, which I think is going to be really nice. Just adds a little bit extra, doesn't it? But just subtly, just subtly. And just doing that, you can really, yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just add by adding just a few little circles with the yellow tip. Why not? Oh, grim. On his foot there. Oh, wow. Okay. And you know what? You know what? Let's just finish him off with a green little eyeball. Let's just get a nice greenie. I've got one in my pot. Just colour in that green. Oh, yes. And I think we have nailed this. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm very, very happy with that, guys. I hope you have followed along with me and just taken some tips and tricks that I've been able to show you guys. We will go away and, wrap up in the main studio. And here we have it, guys. We have our completed GNOME that was featured in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PlayStation 2. Wow, oh wow, look! And there is our finished product. I'm so happy with how that has come out. Like I said yesterday, especially when I was a little bit nervous about doing this one, because, yeah, you know, I hadn't really got anything to work with regards to what he's going to be sitting on as of yet, because, yeah, I was a bit stupid and I forgot to kind of go ahead and print out the lovely toadstool that Vivi had drawn. But nevertheless, I'm very excited to be able to add the toadstool when it's all been printed out. And, and then it'll be ready for the lovely art giveaway that I'll be doing for my 600 subscriber art piece giveaway, if that makes sense. I use giveaway quite flippantly there. But yes, I am so excited to launch that. Of course, I'm not going to do it today. I am going to wait till it is fully completed. So maybe something like next weekend, we could then add the toadstool and fully complete it. And then boom, I will drop the giveaway. Of course, full details on how to enter that will be in that video and in the description down below. So yeah, just make sure you are stayed tuned. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that will be next weekend. Ooh. Well then, guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this weekend's Let's Draw and Let's Colour. And of course, guys, I'll see you in my next TikTok live and YouTube video. Like always, have a wonderful rest of your day. And I am the Artsy Gamer. I'll see you soon. Over and out.